You're looking for the best? Look no further. Pride Nutrition, the highest quality supplement line in the industry. Today only, use the discount code MMR30 and receive 30% off and a free shaker cup to the first 50 orders.
Hey everybody, Manus Bucky here with Midwest Muscle Report. We're at the 2016 Nationals, and we ran into none other than second place finisher at this year's Olympia, Ryan Terry. Ryan, how you doing, bud?
Yeah, very well, thank you. Yeah, good.
So Ryan, what a whirlwind year you've had. You know, you came on strong last year. You were in the top 5 at the O.
Yes.
Came back once again, top 5 at the Arnold.
Yeah.
But you were knocking on a door.
Yes. Yeah.
What did you change that really made that jump? And you knocked off a couple of other favorites that they thought were going to be fighting against Jeremy. And when the dust settled, you were the one standing right next to him and almost took over the crown.
Yeah, I was 1 point behind him. One point. 1 point. Now, for me, this year I had a bit of a knock at the start of the year. The Arnold Classic, for me, personally, I think I was very fortunate to get in the top 4 because I wasn't at my best. I basically, not making excuses, but I had a parasite in my stomach 2 weeks before from... I developed it from South Africa, did a trip 2 weeks out from the Arnold, which I shouldn't have done, but a silly mistake, and I paid the price on that. So coming off the back of that, it knocked my confidence a lot. Obviously the social media, a lot of people were writing me off and saying I was a one-hit wonder at the Olympia the year before. So for me, that sparked something inside to think, right, I need to prove a point now. And yeah, that's what I did. I had a good off-season. I kept myself to myself. I stayed off social media. I didn't react to some of the people or what they were saying, even though it was hurting. But I started my prep. And like I say, I was very reserved throughout my whole prep. And I wanted to stay away from it. I wanted to keep my eye on the prize. And yeah, I was really happy. I came in the same weight, so I didn't put much weight on from a year out from the Olympia before. I just came in slightly more conditioned and a bit more confident. I think like I said, I had a point to prove, and I just tried to portray myself a bit more confident on stage than the year before, which was my debut.
Okay. So. Yeah, a man with a chip on his shoulder is a dangerous man. You know, I was speaking with Peter McGough earlier, and one of the things we were talking about is once you're a champion or you're in that top 2 or 3, you're gonna have critics in any sport. And he basically said, you know what, when you're at the top, you let the critics critique and you keep doing your job. It really is a sign of that you are doing your job.
Yeah, the people are wanting to critique you.
Absolutely, you know, armchair quarterbacks.
Yeah, but it can be hard though. It's one of those things where you have to try and harden up because, like I say, the higher you get, the more people are going to want to shoot you down at times.
Right.
But I kind of used it to my advantage. I fueled off it. It was a hard 6 months, obviously trying to overcome the amoeba and candida yeast infection. But yeah, I managed to overcome that and I used it to my benefit. And to get second place, for me, it was more about, I didn't even look at where I wanted to place. It was just getting back on stage and being at my best on stage. So for me, second place was a bonus. And I'm still a bit surreal, but not sunk in yet, even though it's 2-3 months after it.
Okay. What are your plans moving forward, bud?
So my plans were to have an off-season and to go into a full year out and hit the Olympia stage next year. But after being out here and seeing all these guys tanned up, shredded, I just got that bug again. And
there you go.
For me, I know it makes sense to have an off-season. I know I've got weak points I need to improve, but for me, I'm going to do that in time. And whatever you're not at the top, I believe, whatever you're not Mr. Olympia, you've got to do shows, you've got to be seen there. And for me, the Arnold Classic, it's left a bad taste in my mouth from the year before, and it's the second biggest show in the world.
Absolutely.
So for me, that'd be a lovely title to have. I know I'm against some big athletes, big names, but it'd be a nice run into the Olympia if I could win that and have summer off, 3 or 4 months just to... Granted, I'm not going to grow in 3 months, but it'd be nice to just have a break and get the body refueled, ready for the Olympia prep.
Okay. Well, you know, that's interesting because now that really sets up a great battle because a few months earlier, Brandon Hendrickson had come out and was the Arnold Classic champion.
Phenomenal.
And then you jumped Brandon at the Olympia, and we know Jeremy doesn't compete at the Arnold.
Yes, yeah.
So with both of you going into that show, that's a great matchup. That really is.
Yeah. To be honest, like I say, I've got a lot of respect for Brandon. He, obviously, when I placed 4th at the Olympia the year before, he was 5th, and we were very close in points-wise. And he's got a solid package, a full package. He's not really weak in any places. So he is a guy I'm very mindful of, and I'm aware he's there. But again, that's to fuel me and to keep me going. Because at the end of the day, you're at the top now. So it's one of those things that there is no weak athlete at the top.
No,
so,
absolutely not.
All competition is good competition.
Well, I'll tell you a little something behind the scenes, and I don't know if Brandon will be upset with me for this, but you're actually someone who's on his radar as well.
Yeah.
Some of his preparation is actually based around knowing that you're going to be in the top 5 and he's going to need to stand next to you at some point. Okay. So some of the things that he does is studying you and saying, hey, I need to be a little better in these areas, because Ryan Terry, you bring it. You're known for your conditioning. You're known for your core. You know, that's something that when you're a great athlete, you have to know the strengths and weaknesses of the other great athletes next to you.
Yeah, that is true. For me, what I did to previous preps on the Olympia, because I had such a knock at the start of the year, I focused on Brandon. I'll admit this now. At the Arnold Classic, he was very at the forefront of my mind. And obviously, when I got the parasite and I got the negative thoughts running through, I did place him in front of me, and I'll openly admit that, because I was looking at him in fear of him. So for the Olympia, I stepped back. I took away the social media side of it. Again, I unfollowed. No disrespect to Brandon, but I unfollowed everyone who I was chasing, and I just focused on my own game.
There you go.
And that worked for me. So I might do the same for the Arnold. And like I say, that's no disrespect to anyone unfollowing people and things like that. No. It's just I've got a lot to focus on, and again, these weak points I need to try and to bring up.
Yeah. You know, it's nice to see and to sit on and talk to you. I obviously, coaching Brandon, I know him personally.
Yeah.
And he is one of the truly nice, genuine people in this sport. And I've heard much of the same about you. Earlier today was the first time I actually got to meet you and sit down and talk to you, and you're much the same, which is as healthy and as good for the sport as there is. So now we can really build this up as a clash of the two kind titans.
No.
getting ready to go after it.
Fair enough.
At the Arnold, and at the end of the day, you know, of course, you both want to win, but I think it's a win for everybody when they can end up seeing you two as 1 and 2. Again, Andre, we know you're out there.
No, I was just about to stop you there and say,
Andre, we know you're out there lurking, so don't worry. You're in the mix, but you know, we're talking to you now, and we're having a conversation about you and Brandon. So we know the top 5 are gonna be great.
Yeah, they're gonna be phenomenal. Like I say, there's Andre Ferguson, who for me has a flawless physique as well. I think much respect to him. I think he's on the verge of obviously getting too big at times, but at the Olympia he brought an awesome package. And same George Brown, like you say, that he I know doubt he'll be definitely doing the Arnold. Obviously he got second last year.
He's gonna be where he slipped at the O. We know he's gonna be the man with the chip on his shoulder going into the Arnold.
You can't write anyone off. Like I say, at the top of the game, everyone's in it for it, and it's just the little minor details what are going to win shows now. So.
Absolutely. Well, Ryan, I'm glad we got to catch up with you. I know they're going to be glad to be able to hear you, catch up with you. Again, fantastic physique, fantastic competitor, but also one of the truly nice guys in the sport. Ryan, we're definitely going to want to keep in touch and catch up with you on the road to the Arnold. We'll catch up with you at the Arnold. And stay tuned, guys. There might be a surprise coming in the future. You guys might see a few of these Men Physique guys on a panel having conversations about some of their training, what they've experienced, what it might be for some of you young up-and-coming athletes, some of the things that they've overcome and accomplished. Stay tuned. Until next time, Ryan Terry.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Mandus Buckle, Midwest Muscle Report. We're out.